How was the world before the flood? Imagine a world vastly different from the one we know today. A place where time seemed to flow differently, where life spanned centuries, and where the secrets of creation still echoed through valleys and mountains. This was the world before the Great Flood, a period shrouded in mystery and fascination. Thousands of years ago, before waters covered the face of the earth, our planet was a place of wonders and contrasts. The air was denser, rich in oxygen, allowing creatures to grow beyond the limits we know today. Lush forests span vast areas, with gigantic trees touching the skies, their canopies forming an impenetrable roof. But what was life like in this pre-flood world? Who were its inhabitants? And what secrets did this ancient land hold? The population of ancient Earth. It is believed that the population before the flood was significantly smaller than it is today, but no less fascinating. Estimates suggest there could have been between 1 and 10 million people scattered across the globe. This might seem small compared to today's billions, but consider this: these people lived for hundreds of years. Imagine the knowledge accumulated by someone who lived 900 years. The stories they could tell, the inventions they could create, the civilizations they could build. It's no wonder that legends of lost cities and advanced technologies persist in our collective imagination to this day. A society of giants. Ancient accounts speak of a race of giants that inhabited the earth at that time. Were these myths, or was there some truth to them? Modern science tells us that with higher oxygen levels in the atmosphere, living beings could grow much larger than we see today. Fossils of giant insects and colossal plants have been found, so why not humans? Imagine cities built to accommodate people 3, 4, or even 5 meters tall. Monumental structures erected without the need for modern machinery, just the strength and ingenuity of their titanic builders. Could these be the true origins of the pyramids and other ancient monuments that defy our understanding to this day? A paradise-like climate before the flood. It is believed that Earth's climate was very different. Some scholars suggest there was a layer of water vapor in the atmosphere, creating a natural greenhouse effect. This resulted in uniformly warm and humid conditions across the planet. There were no arid deserts or frozen polar caps. From the equator to the poles, the Earth was a green garden. Imagine tropical forests extending to what is now Antarctica, or savannas teeming with life, where we now see only the Sahara sand. This uniform distribution of heat and moisture would have allowed an explosion of life on a scale we can barely imagine. Plants and animals grew to colossal sizes, not limited by resource scarcity or extreme climate variations. The longevity of the patriarchs. One of the most intriguing aspects of the pre-flood world is the supposed longevity of its inhabitants. Ancient texts mention people living for hundreds of years. Methuselah, famous for his old age, is said to have lived 969 years. But could this be possible? Some scientists theorize that a combination of an oxygen-rich atmosphere, the absence of harmful solar radiation due to the vapor layer, and a diet based on super-nutritious plants could indeed significantly extend human life. Imagine the implications of such longevity. Families with 10 or more generations living simultaneously. Great-great-grandparents of 500 years playing with their great-great-grandchildren. The accumulation of knowledge and wisdom would be unimaginable. Advanced technology or harmony with nature. There is a fascinating debate about the level of technological advancement of pre-flood society. Some theories suggest they possess knowledge and technologies that rival or even surpass our own. Others argue that they lived in perfect harmony with nature, without the need for complex machines. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, a civilization that developed advanced technologies perfectly integrated with the natural world. Imagine cities powered by clean, renewable energy, structures that regenerate like living organisms, or means of transport that leave no ecological footprint. Could the pre-flood world have been a green technological utopia that we have lost? The enigma of Noah's Ark. At the heart of many flood narratives is the story of Noah's Ark, a colossal ship built to house specimens of all animal species. But how would such a vessel be possible with the technology of the time? Some speculate that Noah might have had access to advanced engineering and shipbuilding knowledge, perhaps even supernatural assistance. Others suggest the Ark could have been a DNA structure, preserving genetic information of the species instead of physical animals. Whatever the Ark was, its construction marks the end of an era and the beginning of another. It was the last great project of the ancient world before the waters engulfed it. The Great Cataclysm. What caused the flood that changed the face of the Earth forever? Theories are many and varied. Some speak of a cosmic collision that destabilized the planet's axis. Others suggest that the water vapor layer in the atmosphere finally collapsed, releasing torrential rains for 40 days and 40 nights. There are even those who speculate about subterranean civilizations that, in a catastrophic war, caused the melting of underground ice layers, flooding the surface. Whatever the cause, the result was apocalyptic. Imagine torrents of water falling from the skies as the oceans rose. Mountains submerged, valleys turned into seas, and an entire civilization wiped from the face of the earth. The legacy of the lost world, when the waters finally receded, the world that emerged was drastically different. The air was thinner, the climate more varied and hostile. Life, once exuberant, now struggled to survive in an altered environment. But the legacy of the pre-flood world persists, in the legends and myths of cultures around the globe, in the enigmatic ancient monuments that defy explanation, and perhaps in the very genes of humanity, carrying ancestral memories of a time when the world was young and full of wonders. The mystery continues. As science advances, new discoveries shed light on this fascinating period in Earth's history. But each discovery seems to bring more questions than answers. Will we ever fully unveil the secrets of the pre-flood world? Or are some mysteries destined to remain hidden, submerged in the depths of time and memory? One thing is certain, the study of this period continues to capture our imagination, reminding us that the history of our planet and our species is far richer, more complex, and more mysterious than we ever imagined. As we contemplate the wonders and enigmas of the world before the flood, we are reminded of our own fragility and the constant change that shapes our planet. Who knows what secrets still await discovery? What lessons from the past can illuminate our future? The world before the flood remains a silent testament to a lost time, an enigma that continues to challenge and inspire us. And perhaps, in its nebulous memory, lies the key to understanding not just our past, but also our place in the vast and mysterious universe we inhabit.